Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to take macro photos on Xiaomi 14T and 14T Pro. Most of the time you can find the macro mode by either finding the icon somewhere on the screen or by opening the camera menu. In this case you have to press this button over here in order to open the camera menu. However, as you can see, there is no option that would enable the macro photo. And the reason for this seems to be pretty straightforward. It seems that the macro mode is actually built in, or at least it should be built in. So in order to actually use the macro mode, what you can do is use zoom on the camera. So if you zoom in, for instance, 2x5, and if you take the appropriate distance between the object, then you should be able to use the macro mode. Of course, this is just the trick of the camera itself. This is not a true macro mode, it seems, unless the device does that behind the camera. But if you manage to get the sharpness of the photo with the zoom, then you should be able to take a pretty decent macro photo. However, sometimes it can be problematic. For instance, if you use times 2.6 zoom, then as you can see, it is very blurry. There is no focus at all, unless I actually keep the distance between the object and the device. But if I use times 5, then the focus can be somewhat restored. Sometimes we have to be really patient with it. You might need to zoom in slightly and slowly until actually there is the focus. You might also need to switch the Leica style. However, I don't think there is actually a bigger difference. As you can see, the focus sometimes gets there is no focus actually sometimes, even though it should not be that blurry. So this is the best thing that we can do in order to take macro photos. We just need to use zoom and keep the distance between the camera. Of course, if you can also try to do that with the normal zoom, I mean ×1, but I didn't have any success. As you can see, it is very blurry if I move too close. That's why we want to zoom in. With the zoom, we can actually take a closer look at the object, and sometimes, as you can see, the camera switches. So I guess there are automatic lenses that can be switched depending on the situation, and sometimes this might be the reason why the photo or the preview of the camera is so blurry. So this is the general tip for the macro photos. If you want to take macro photos on this device, then you have to use the zoom in the photo mode and keep the distance. You can also try to use the Pro mode, of course. With the Pro mode, perhaps you will find more success. Let's actually find out if it is possible. And I'm using 5.4 zoom, and if there is the focus, then there is also the sharpness of the photo. So perhaps the Pro mode is even the better answer than the normal photo mode. But that's about it. Let's actually also check if there is the option for the micro photos, and unfortunately no. There's exposure verification, auto exposure settings, but nothing really that would say macro. So unfortunately that's about it. This is all we can do in order to try to take the macro photos. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and see you in my next videos. Bye.